How do we really change to the point where we are able to be naturally collaborative, naturally adaptable, and have high levels of emotional intelligence? There's 8 different ways. I'm going to give you 3 of the most important ones, I think. And the ones I think are the most important ones have had the biggest impact on my life. Because as I've gone through my process of evolution, I've realized that the very first thing that allows us to have a future that's with an alpha brain state that's calm is to start telling different stories about our past. All of us have memories, and we realize, and science is proving to us, that most of our memories are actually false. They're not true. They're dramatized stories that we've decided to hold on to. And these stories that we've decided to hold on to determine how we show up for the future. And the more stressed you are, the more triggered you are, the worse the stories become. Do you remember that ex that cheated you in high school? When you're hungry, cheated on 3 girls, not 1. When you're tired, it's 6 girls, not 1. We dramatize our past, and as we start to dramatize our past, we start to add drama into our future. And many of us never go through the process of trauma healing because trauma healing is for those weird people. I'm fine. I don't need that. But the truth is the future requires a level of emotional intelligence, not intellectual intelligence. That's been taken care of by AI. It's emotional currency that we need to start to bring to the world. And Nelson Mandela was really the world icon at this. And he said, as I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Nelson Mandela became a global icon for one thing, changing the story of his past. He became Oprah's icon. I mean, you've got to be serious to become Oprah's icon. And we realize that you can never open any new doors if you keep dragging your past and your stories behind you. And guess what? You can change your past. And when I first heard that, I was like, what? But with healing, with help, we can all change our past stories, because then all of a sudden, our future becomes a new way for us to tell stories. I live in Dubai, and the reason I live in Dubai is it has no past. When a country and a city has no past, you know what it has to focus on? Only the future. When we get caught up in past stories, and you're not the only country with a past, South Africa's got a hell of a past. Europe's got a past, and all those pasts keep us anchored into old ways of behaving and defending rather than exploring where we're going. The second thing we need to start to develop is a practice of meditation. And many of us will say, well, you know what? I tried meditating once. My brain is just too busy. And what you're actually saying is you're addicted to a high beta brainwave, and your body won't allow you to sit quietly for longer than 3 minutes because you have so much adrenaline fueling through you. And as you sit down, your brain will start saying, you don't have the time for this, Sarah. Get busy. You've got to go pick up the kids, make some sandwiches, do this, do that, do this, do this, do this. But meditation really is a skill set to help you focus on what you want to focus on. You realize that if you don't meditate, you don't know what you're focusing on. Your brain is telling you what to focus on. And if you can't control what your brain is focusing on, you keep going back to familiarity, not exploring new things. Now, what meditation is a new tool to help us make better decisions. But what most people think meditation is some lentil-eating, sandal-wearing, Jesus bun kind of thing. No. This is Bloomberg doing documentary after documentary on meditation. Bloomberg. Quick show of hands here. Who wants to make... Whoa. Come. Sorry. Who wants to make more money in the future? Calm your nervous system. When you calm your nervous system, you see new opportunities. When your nervous system is frazzled, you only see old opportunities. When you calm yourself, all of a sudden new things become available to you. Think of the person you are when you come back from holiday. How many opportunities does that person have? So many. So keen to explore. The person that was going on holiday didn't want to speak to anybody. In fact, hated most people. And then thirdly, is the ability to sit and create positive future memories. Now, often what we've always thought is that memories are from our past, but memories don't really have any time attached to them. If you've ever gone through a breakup or a divorce, you would have mourned the future house you were going to buy with each other, the future holiday you were going to go with each other, the future kids you were going to have with each other, showing that memories really don't have time attached to them. But because we're highly stressed in a high beta brainwave, what we do is we catastrophize the future, fuel ourselves with adrenaline, and get ready for war. But there's no war. Just our bodies have become practiced into that process of being addicted to certainty. And in order for us to sit quietly, we realize that the process of imagination, as Einstein says, is even more important than all the knowledge in the world. What imagination does, it allows you to rewire your brain. This is a literal picture of a brain rewiring itself with new possibilities. As you start to rewire yourself with new possibilities, you literally start to create a brain looking for new possibilities. This is not some hippy-dippy idea. This is now neuroscience to help us understand the practice of evolution. Because many times you're like, yo, just go be still, find your stillness, hug somebody, go say hi to a tree, you'll be fine. No. You need a serious practice of evolving your awareness to releasing old identities to start to explore new ones.